I'm Lisa Mascaro. I'm the chief congressional correspondent for the Associated Press. President Joe Biden is heading to Capitol Hill to deliver his State of the Union address. This will be the second address that Biden will deliver as president to the Congress. Vice President Kamala Harris will still be seated behind the president, but now also there will be Speaker Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader of the House. That frames the split Congress that is serving up a difficult year ahead for President Joe Biden.
Invest in America, educate Americans, grow the workforce.
Biden will be expected to outline his priorities on a host of topics confronting the country. Of course, the debt ceiling is coming up. Congress will be asked to raise the limit to allow more spending, a number of issues about the economy, health care, the war in Ukraine, domestic and international policies. There'll be lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans, jumping to applause on one side, maybe booing on the other. Others will also be gathered. The Supreme Court justices often come and sit in the front row. They tend to try to keep a more neutral face. Of course, also there'll be members of the president's cabinet. And of course, members expected from the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the military. We will see the visitors' galleries likely filled with guests. Each lawmaker has often invited guests from their hometown, people of prominence, and they too will be part of what to watch, who to see. One of the invited guests expected is the family of Tyree Nichols, invited by the leader of the Congressional Black Caucus to sit in the visitor gallery for the president's speech. The political stakes for all sides are very high. This is a highly watched event. It's a national event, a historic event.
The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally.
So we've seen a real escalation of the divisions on display. In 2009, President Barack Obama at the time experienced one of the first outbursts we've seen at a State of the Union address, when a congressman on the Republican side, Joe Wilson, stood up and shouted, "You lie." It stunned Washington, but it wasn't the first. We saw Speaker Pelosi at the end of then President Trump's address dramatically rip up the papers of his speech as she sat on the dais, signaling her displeasure with then President Trump's remarks. And just last year, another Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert stood up and shouted against Joe Biden when he gave his address, criticizing what he had said about the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan. So these examples are out there, and it'll be interesting to see if there is a sort of return to some civility or an escalation again of these kinds of outbursts against the president.
Tax rate for corporations.